Alright, it's time for another review, and today I will be reviewing Scooby-Doo Incorporated. If anyone doesn't know what the show is, this is another Scooby-Doo installment that came a little after. Was it Get a Clue Scooby-Doo ended? Or was it Scooby-Doo Get a Clue? No, I just said the same thing. Anyway. Alright, this show... Well, I generally have mixed feelings about it. I do think it is generally a step up from a lot of the Scooby-Doo shows, maybe even the original. But at the same time, it does have some issues. Or at least I have some issues with it. Before I get any further, I probably should let you know that I am not a big fan of Scooby-Doo. Actually, I'm hardly a fan of it. Yep, the only Scooby-Doo shows I have any that I actually like, to some extent, is a pup named Scooby-Doo, the Scrappy-Doo show, and what was it, Once New Scooby-Doo, and even with that one I've lost interest in it. So at this point I would probably say really just a pup named Scooby-Doo, and maybe the earlier episodes of Scrappy-Doo, and it was just Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy. The other shows I really don't care for. Now, I do think this is, as I said before, one of the best installments of Scooby-Doo, but I do think there are some problems with it, and one of my big issues with this show, which is interesting enough, the same thing I had with the original Scooby-Doo, and that is the characters. I have to say, I don't think that what they did with the characters in this show was a step up from the original. If anything, I would probably say, for the most part, it's actually a step down. Like, you can see they tried to make the characters more interesting, but it did not work with it the way they did it here. So they gave some of the characters a complete overhaul, which I don't think was necessarily needed. They could have just built more on what they already had, or I don't know. It's just what they did with it wasn't good. Let me start with Fred, who is the leader of the group, as usual. Oh my goodness, what they did to his character. He turned him from, like, I guess you could say the cool guy to this loser obsessed with traps, to the point where he has, I believe he has a fetish for it. It's pretty obvious he does. You can't even deny that. I mean, really, if you mention anything pertaining to traps, even just the word, he's gonna get off on it. I think he even has orgasms over it. Like, oh, yes, yes. Yes, I'm serious. It kind of reminds me like what they did with Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob, where he kind of has a fetish for money. Now, Daphne. Yes, they didn't really change her character that much, so she's probably the most decent character in the show right now. I would say her and Shaggy. But they did make her a little too relationship oriented, because her and Fred are dating now. And for the record, I don't have a problem with this. I think some people do, but I don't. I don't have a problem with the relationship itself, but I do have a problem with the way they're doing it. Because it was forced during the first few episodes of the show. And that was unenjoyable. And of course, the way they made Fred, it just doesn't seem like he's cut out to be in a relationship. Especially with Daphne. Like, if they kept Fred the way he was in the beginning, I think it would work better. The way they're doing this now, it's kind of hard to watch sometimes. Alright, now I'm going to go into the two characters who I can't stand the most in the show. Velma. So, Velma and Scooby-Doo. That's right, Scooby-Doo. The main character of the show. I cannot stand him. What's new? I never really cared for his character in general, but what they did to his character is also annoying. Both of their characters. And I always thought Velma was the most decent character in Scooby-Doo period anyway. But they did a complete overhaul on the character. She went from like a shy, intelligent girl to like she's still smart, but she's very like emo-ish, I guess. And oh yeah, her and Shaggy they tried to date, but it didn't work out. And the reason why it didn't work out was because of Scooby, who I believe is gay for Shaggy. Really, was that needed? Like, I know they're best friends, but seriously, does he have to be gay for him? I'm pretty sure he's gay for him. That's what I'm getting out of it. I really am. I don't see that really wasn't necessary. Like, if they're gonna change the characters, do they really need to change them like this though? Oh my goodness. Shaggy again, I think is one of the most decent characters. They didn't change him much. Actually, I think they made him less annoying, except when he has to deal with the relationship issue, because they both made him have to choose between one of them. He chooses Scooby, of course. So then Velma gets into like a depression, I believe. And of course that rivalry between her and Scooby is just ridiculous. It's not a good plot device. And it does hurt the show in some cases, because at times it does become too relationship heavy. And the problem is that the relationships themselves, the way they're done, is just they're not done well. And it hurts the show at times. Because I think this could really be a great show, but I think the relationship aspect of it is hindering it. Because it has better writing. There's actually an ongoing plot in the show. Like the mysteries they solve, it actually helps progress like a more ongoing mystery that they're trying to solve. And that actually makes things more interesting. I believe it was the end of season 2, I believe, was really good in my opinion. Well, when the team essentially broke up, whatever season finale that was, I thought that was actually pretty good. You know, this show can really be a good show, but I think they need to tone down the relationship aspect of it, like down some notches, so the show can really grow. Because it does definitely have the potential to be the best Scooby-Doo show, period. Yeah. And maybe make the characters less over the top than they made them in this. I'm not saying they have to be all goofy or anything, but they don't have to be all like what they are now. It's just ridiculous. So, there's another thing I want to mention. In the beginning of the season of the first episode, they made like a reference to the old mysteries that they solved in the first Scooby-Doo show, which I thought was really cool. Coming from somebody who's not a big fan of the show, who's not really much of a fan of the Scooby-Doo series, because they had like a museum set up with all the people dressed up as monsters. And Velma was explaining to them what I guess briefly what happened with that. Well, the people who were behind the mask. I thought that was pretty cool. Overall, I think I do like the show. I think it's a good watch. I believe it could definitely be better. As I said, they need to tone the relationships down so the show can really flourish. I think they started a new season recently, so we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I would recommend this. If you could get past the really annoying relationship aspects of the show, I think you can enjoy the show. That's just my take on it. I thought I'd do a review of it, because I do think some people are a bit harsh on the show. It is a decent show. It's better than the crap they've been airing for a while. Anyway, I think that's about it. That's all I have to say about that. As I said, I give this a 7 out of 10, and yeah, that's it. Leave a comment, subscribe, or rate or whatever. Let me know what you want me to make a video about.